one of the teams took a chance on me. They're just like, why don't you try this role or help out?
Just
and then,
because you're visible.
yeah, just because I was a player and then I had an injury so I couldn't play. So maybe have a checklist.
Yun yung pro tip mo.
Yes.
For
Have one because you'll never know what's gonna happen. At least with that list, you can always go back to it to see if you missed something or if you need to do something before everything starts.
Yeah.
Because you also learn from the people inside, not just like what you know. Everything is like an experience. You learn and you gain knowledge from like everyone and whatever team you enter.
Yeah. Hindi ka naman nagtahi ng jersey or anything.
No naman, pero muntik na ako mag-heat press to lessen or even to stop the negativity. Because that actually affects the players. And it also affects the team.
Access is presented by Upstream Sports TV.
Welcome to another episode of Access, where we talk to people in the sports, media, creativity, and organizing industry. Again, the idea of Access is that we usually need connections and, more importantly, the ID card that represents literally our access on big and small sporting events. For today, we're very fortunate that we have another guest, another proponent of Laban Filipinas. We have Kitkat. Maybe Kitkat, you can introduce yourself briefly and anong ginagawa? Ano bang ginagawa mo on a regular basis?
So, hi, I'm Kitkat. I actually have a 9 to 5 job aside from doing
So,
football.
hindi football.
Yeah, it's
Hindi
not
pala
football apparently. Pero what's nice is on the side, I still do football. So that
Not play.
yeah, I stopped playing 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fairly recently.
Yes.
And then, what's your usual role in football?
So since I stopped playing, or also when I was playing, during the time I was playing, I also started doing social media for football. So I started 2019 actually, during the SEA Games here. Because I met
2019.
Yeah.
2019.
And then from then on, like, I got more roles. So I started off like under the secretariat as a protocol officer. And then from there, I moved, you slowly move up because you just want to learn what everything was from the bottom going up.
Parang sa sinabi mo, nag-flashback sa akin na parang startup pala yung football No? You can jump from one role to another and then just try to learn a lot of the things. Siguro, I'll ask it in this way. Anong favorite mong role so far?
Me, it's really media.
Media ba?
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I get to meet new people, get to
Yeah.
interact with people, even if I sometimes am the quiet one.
Yeah. It
So,
seems like it among
yeah.
the three.
Yes. From there, like, I got to meet more people.
Yeah.
And then I even actually got to meet friends of my mom,
Okay.
which I found interesting because, like, even in the recently last year,
Yeah.
there's a random person that just went up to me. I was like, oh. And then he's like, oh, are you the daughter of Cass? It's like, yes. So parang yung mga stuff like that, I never knew na it will happen to me. And up until this day, I'm like, meeting my mom's friends
Yes,
from
of course.
before.
And then understanding what they have been doing
Yes.
for the longest time.
Yeah.
Diba, no? So, media, is there a specialty that you do?
I try to learn all of it because it's nice to know everything,
Yes.
just so you know what the ins and outs are and what to do, what not to do.
But what's your top of
And then for me, it's more social media and like
the posting?
posting, creating content, because for me, I just want to show people what football is and what football is about and how I grew up in my household. So that's what I want to share. Those stories that you see around. Yeah.
What's your favorite piece of content so far that you put up? Aside from the winning SEA game moment.
That's the only thing I put out actually.
Okay.
Yeah, just about the SEA Games win because it happened a few days before my mom's birthday. Yeah, so I was just like, oh, baka good time to post now. And I was talking to players that knew my mom also.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's her birthday. This is the birthday gift. So parang that's why I stayed in football. Just because parang I feel my mom there. Even if she passed away, parang it became my comfort and my, place that I can be me.
Same lang naman yung size ng turf. Same lang yung... I mean, across the years that you've been doing this, has there... did you notice or was there any significant change so far in the industry? I just wanted to pick your brains.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Especially with like media, because there's like TikTok is becoming a thing, and
Or,
then you
yes,
have,
yes.
and then now it's more of videos that you have to release. So parang that's one big change that I've seen.
Yeah.
And aside from that is like, best way to market football in places na, that it's not a big sport.
So what's the... Sometimes we go technical on this
Yeah.
podcast. I'm interested. What's the low-hanging fruit? Let's say, for example, what's a piece of content that you would put out for someone who is not a fan or probably knows football in general,
Yeah.
pero to become a fan, what kind of content would you actually do?
Me, I'd actually post a day in a life.
And day in the life.
Yeah.
And
Because-
that's a specific market, di ba? Hindi siya
Yeah.
pang matanda. Like, who's
No.
targeting the day in the life?
Like, it's literally everyone. Because it shows what you do from when you wake up during your football day.
Match
and then,
days,
yeah,
if you have game
from match days to post match day, and then when you go home. Because it shows, this is what you do pala. This is how it is in this segment of football.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Talaga,
Like, you get
especially
to
for
show them.
professionals.
Yeah.
You get to show them, sorry, your
Yeah,
thought.
you get to show them like what you mentioned, behind the scenes. Because once they know that, parang they'll be interested to learn more about it. So that's when you keep posting and posting about certain things.
Respect. I think shout out na lang. I think shout out to Paulo Bugas for di ba he posts a lot of these pieces of content.
Yes.
Of course, I think his roles include coach
Yeah.
for FEU at the time of recording, of course. And then syempre pinapakita niya yung mga alaga niya na nagko-crossbar challenge, yung mga,
Yeah.
and then he also posts as a player for KFC at this point. Parang nga, no? Yun
Yeah.
nga talaga yung kwento.
Because you have to show what it is so people will understand it. Because it's a sport that's not big in our country.
Yeah.
So you
And,
just want to promote it in different ways.
aside from the goals, the obvious
Yes, of
naman
course.
will always be the goals. Diba? Aside from that. So this is something that when we were discussing earlier,
Yeah.
that's resonated with you. How did you become part of Laban Filipinas? It is a media entity at
Yeah.
this point. Yeah.
It's the funniest thing. Because you can see our
Range of
nakakatawa. Yeah.
personalities niyo, diba?
And we actually all met was because of one person in the media. And aside from that, was because of PWFA. So that's how we got to reconnect with them.
Women's Football Association.
Yes.
Okay. Tapos now, bakit ka sumali? Bakit ka bakit niyo binuo?
Like, I like their goal
Yeah.
was to continue to promote not just women's football, but women's sports in general in the Philippines. Just to, we're not that seen yet, so we just want to push it more. Push it to a wider audience so people will, get interested, people will understand who's who. And yeah, that's basically it.
Parang lahat naman tayo magkakalaban sa pieces of content. Even
Yes.
this is a piece of content. Now, sige, with trying to pick your brains a bit more, is there anything that you've worked on so far that you want to share to a bigger audience? Aside from media kasi is pretty, I mean, quote unquote, pretty easy because you can take a photo of the laptop with Canva open, tapos nagde-design ka, di ba? Or yung photographer na behind the scenes. Jumping to your other roles, is there anything that sige, let's talk about the role first. You've managed teams,
Yes.
several teams.
Yeah.
How did you cross that bridge? Paano naging juggling
I think,
act siya?
one of the teams took a chance on me. They're just like, why don't you try this role or help out?
Just
And then-
because you're visible.
Yeah, just because, I was a player and then I had an injury so I couldn't play. So parang, I was just like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So
You
aside
wanted to
from-
stick around, of course.
Yeah,
No?
and I liked the team. I liked how everyone is. So parang, they were just like, oh, why don't you try doing this. So, ayun, I helped with admin and parang first off, I was like, oh, can you help us book tickets? I was like, okay,
Okay,
sige,
okay.
let's help out. And then after
Book
that,
tickets
parang,
for flights.
yeah, for
Okay,
flights.
flights.
So I was just like, okay, let's try. So from there, parang, they're just like, oh, can you help us admin like full time and everything? So I was like, yeah, no
Booking
problem. Parang,
flights to full time.
yeah, because like they saw how I was working also with other people during that campaign or camp we
Yeah.
had abroad, and then I learned a lot from it. And then they're like, yeah, why
Very
not?
relational pala siya, no?
Yeah.
Parang you're working with a lot of different people. Sige, with that experience, I will jump to the next question. Is there anything that you want to share to people na kala nyo automatic to? What's a misconception with doing managing a team?
Maybe people might think that you can be a manager right away
Talaga?
or like manage a team
Okay.
right away, but you can't.
Parang di ba yung sinasabi, hindi, sige ako na magmamanage
Yeah.
yan by yourself.
It's really hard. Even until this day, I'm still learning it and still learning new things, because that's why I wanted to start from different roles and learning different things. So when you get to that point that you're an admin or coordinator or manager, you understand everything. Like all positions, all roles are not even the positions, even just the department.
See,
Yeah.
I will wear my, hindi man ako HR, pero I will ask this in this sense na, was there any instance that you had to solve, very HR, di ba?
Yes.
Was there any instance that you had to solve a problem and then ano yung naging problem na yun?
Oh, a lot. Like, you have to always think on your feet.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Is there any like specific na,
There was one person that was not able to fly.
okay, because,
We freaked out because there was a problem with the visa. So we freaked out. We're just like, oh my god, because we were in the airport already, and I was just like, oh, what am I gonna do?
walang visa on arrival. That you had to apply
you had to
for
apply for it. So it's like I was calling everyone I knew, and in fact, like at least the people that we were speaking to answered right away, just like, okay, we'll fix everything for you. So next day he was able to fly out, and I'm just like, thank the Lord.
Oh, ganun talaga. No, the reason why I ask this is, I think one time we were trying to take pictures of, shoot portraits for, I think one of the women's national team groups
Yeah.
then. And then I realized that laundry is also a problem. Then, diba? Maybe you can recount those small things na it's not just arriving at the pitch and then playing, but rather how managing and supporting the team is.
Yeah, actually, managing and supporting a team, it looks easy in front, but people don't see is the people behind
Yeah.
the team. And that's the support system that all the players, all the coaches look for.
Yeah.
Because they help
They
you.
focus on the game kasi.
Yes. So people don't see the back end of those. And I also got a chance to do that, like from looking for a place to do laundry,
Yeah.
doing the laundry.
Yes. Push comes to shove, di ba?
Yes.
Kailangan talaga.
When there's no other choice, and then even down to buying groceries, so all the players are good,
Yes.
everyone's fit, everyone's happy, and parang you're that support system na people look for because they just need someone to lean on. So that's the backbone, as in the backbone of everyone
Even
else.
before you get to the pitch,
Yeah.
diba? To do training or even to play the game.
Yeah, and they're usually there during match days.
Yeah.
They're there like 5 hours before match
Yes,
day.
yes.
And then on match day, and then like during training, they're there 2 hours before everyone else, because they want to make sure that once you get there, everything's set in stone.
Set in stone already. Meron bang instance na sobrang natuwa that you accomplished a task for a player or a team?
Yes.
May memory ba na ganun?
Even the smallest things, down to like, can you help me get this certain item? Oh my god,
Like
when you give
candy
it,
or
yeah,
chocolate,
like
or what?
candy, chocolate, or even a drink, their faces light up. They're just like, oh my god, thank you for doing this. Parang those are the simple joys that you look for in, everyday stuff.
Not,
or
not,
like
not because people like have requirements. I mean,
Yeah.
gets naman that some people, syempre may comforts in life,
Yes.
di ba, may, anong tawag dito, may mga nakasanayan na arrangements. But of course, if you're part of the national team, number one, your priority is to play. Di ba? Your priority is to, at most, at best, win. But of course, it has to be mentally, you have to be mentally ready also
Yes.
coming into the game. So, okay. Meron pa ba? Meron ka bang naalala na parang maybe this should be something that alam ng mga audiences?
maybe have a checklist.
Yun yung ano, pro tip mo
Yes.
for
Have one because you'll never know what's gonna happen. At least with that list, you can always go back to it to see if you missed something or if you need to do something before everything starts.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that, you'll have a hard time.
mag-rattle ka talaga.
Yes.
And from the previous episodes kasi of Access, we've talked to a lot of football professionals in the football field. Would you say that it's also repeatable in managing the team? Na parang may framework, may structure na rin on how to do things as well.
Yes, because you also learn from the people inside, not just like what you know. Because what I said earlier, like everything is like an experience. You learn and you gain knowledge from like everyone and whatever team you enter.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I still continue to understand or continue to gain that knowledge because you'll never know where you're gonna use it or when you're gonna need it.
Hindi ka naman nagtahi ng jersey or anything.
No naman, pero muntik na ako mag-heat press.
Kasi yung names nila.
Yeah,
Kailangan.
like I helped out, source out those things, and then you really need connections. And, without those connections, mahirapan ka to get certain things. Like yun nga, kailangan mo agad ng mga ganito, ganyan.
Yeah.
There's always people that's gonna stand by to help you.
For context, if you've been listening to this podcast, it's already difficult to do it locally, to be a good manager. What more if you actually fly out of the country? And I'm sure you've had experiences of this as well, di ba? Na you don't know where the nearest laundry is. Kasi somehow may pagka-turista ka din in that sense.
Yeah.
Di ba? Parang kailangan mo hanapin yung... You know the solution, but logistically, you don't know where to find it and some things like that. Was there any instance na parang you had to solve something like this?
No naman.
So far?
So
Blessed,
far
hashtag
none.
blessed. Okay pa
Yeah.
naman yung flow.
Blessed naman kami. Because yun nga, the connections.
Yeah.
Because when you have that, anywhere you are, they're going to help you.
Because LOC will also help you as much as
Yes.
possible.
Yeah, they do. And then also, like, every time we get to a new place,
Yeah.
or even locally to a new place,
Oo nga pa,
you always
locally.
scout.
Yes.
You always have to look around your area, even before you get there and when you get there. So you know, like, where's the nearest place to get food, nearest place to get this, nearest place to do laundry, or if there's, like, emergencies, you know where the nearest hospital
Yes.
is. All those things you have to know ahead.
Hirap naman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. The job has been always easier said than done. But once you put your time and effort into it, parang you'll realize how difficult it is as well.
Yeah.
Sige. Let's visit some of the AD cards that we've asked you to bring. So again, AD cards. I think. So you have. Here you have, ano ba yung nauna dito? Between
This one.
yung AFC Women's
Yes.
Asian Cup. So you were a team official and then
Yes.
you were the team media officer. Maybe you can recount your experience with this one.
I brought that one was because that was my first official stint with the national team. And I was panicking on the inside because it's a different breed compared to what I was doing with club teams.
Yeah. Okay. So national team level versus club teams.
Yes.
Okay. And then
And then yung parang remembrance for me because the girls qualified for the
yes.
for the cup that cup. So I was just like, oh my God, parang first pasok mo, qualified na agad. Parang the feeling's different.
Yes.
Especially parang I was talking to sina Pam.
Yes.
Parang I think na-mention na ni Pam na the first time you hear the Lupang Hinirang, oh my God.
Iba
I usually
talaga.
don't get emotional, but I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
It's the first time, like, you know, you're with the national team, and then you hear that first time, I was like, oh, it hits different.
Nakaakbay ba kayo pag naglaro pa ng hinirang?
No
Hindi
naman.
Hindi naman.
Yeah.
Because you would see other teams, di ba? Kahit
Yeah.
the team officials ano bang English din, nakaakbay sila with each other. Tapos, okay. And then, because you are a media officer, you immediately understood that if you win something, you have certain roles. Maybe you can talk about like what were your deliverables? Like what you said earlier, may checklist ka as a media officer.
So
during
for that, actually, it's not just me.
Yes.
There's also other people that are media officers within the team.
May ano pala, may kakampi ka pala.
Yes. So parang what I do usually is the one on ground. So I make sure na, because the broadcast team is gonna look for players during the
Flash interview.
Yeah, for flash interview.
Flash interview.
And then aside from that also is the press conference. So I make sure that aligned, like the players know who's going to be there. The coach, the head coach knows who's gonna be joining him. So those things is what I usually do. And then aside from that, during like official trainings, I also make sure that if there's press, there's a certain time that they have to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be present.
Yeah.
And then they can only record 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. So parang you have to make sure na by that time, alis na sila.
Yes. In coordination with LOC
Yeah,
of
with LOC and also the head coach. Because there are certain times that your official trainings can be open or closed.
pwede
Yeah,
rin. Okay.
you can, the teams can pick to do either or. So you have to make sure that everyone is
Communicate.
aligned and there's always communication between you and the players, the coaches, the staff, everyone involved, even down to the other media officers. Yeah.
It's not just sending a photo if you win pala
Yeah.
no? That's a lot of things. I'm curious though. Do you media prep your players? Is there like a way to media prep coaches and
Yeah,
players?
there is. There's ways. That's the higher media officer, not me.
Okay.
There's a higher
Meron
one
pa
pa.
kasunod.
Yeah.
Okay.
So parang they're the ones that usually is gonna tell us na, oh, this is gonna happen.
Heads
So,
up lang. Heads up lang.
And then parang they're going to do briefing or tell us na this and this cannot happen, this and this is gonna happen. So parang prep na. So after that, talk to the head coach, the chosen player, so they know what to align each other.
Yeah, so
Because you have to be aligned, of course, with everything. Because
syempre magkakampi kayo dun.
Yeah.
Ano,
so stuff like that, yeah, you have to always make sure that everyone is there and there's always communication.
How many games ulit yun? This is a centralized venue, di ba?
Yes.
Tapos how many games was
I think we had 3.
3, okay.
Yeah.
And then top of the group, tama ba? Top of the
Yes.
group and then qualified.
Yes.
So this tournament didn't have a winner per se. It's just qualification lang.
Yeah,
talaga.
qualification round. Like yung top.
Top
The
per
top
group.
ones will be qualified.
Okay. Sige, let's visit naman the other one, which is both naman are fairly recent.
Yeah.
2025. Which month was this? Yung
Parang I think
qualifier?
around June or July.
June or July.
Yeah.
And then you had to do again your duties
Yes.
for SEA Games naman.
Yes.
This is
Last
nakalagay din
December.
pala, football and futsal. Still team official. Still media officer. And we won a gold, obviously, for this one.
That's why I brought it because it's memorable to me. First gold of the women's football in the Philippines. So it's like, parang, to be honest, during that time, I did not see
The goal.
the goal.
Kasi, penalty ba yun?
Yeah, the penalty
Penalty
shootout.
shootout.
Even actually the
What were you?
game before, the semis.
Yes.
Because I was in the locker room and I didn't know that we won.
Okay.
So I was texting. I was like, what's happening? And then they're just like, oh, you guys qualified. And I was just like, what? So I ran outside. Everyone was screaming. And then I was like, oh, Wala akong
Na-overwhelmed ka
yeah.
din.
Na-overwhelmed din ako. So I was like, oh my God. And then finals, same also, penalty shootout. So I was
Yeah.
just like, I was panicking on the inside. I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? So I was in the locker room, fixing things already. Para, your brain's fixed also.
Yes, yes.
So I was panicking na nga. And then we won. I was like going in and out. I was just like looking through.
How far was it? The locker room to the pitch?
Few steps lang.
Few
So it's
steps.
just like I'd take a peek and then go back, take a peek and go back. It's just like I was panicking of what's gonna happen. I was praying inside the locker room. I was like, please give us this. Give the girls this. Because like they deserved it with all their hard work. Then eventually they got the gold and, historical for us.
Very
Yeah.
historical nga siya. How, maybe if you can share, like, what's the experience like naman in Thailand? Especially, you're visiting a very big football country. Well, sila yung kalaban natin ng semis, di ba?
Yes.
How was that feeling naman?
It was
Very big football
yeah, despite them being a football country, I saw like a huge amount of Filipinos.
like, they really came out to
Yeah.
Chonburi, di ba?
Yeah.
For the semis.
Yeah. And then even during the finals, big crowd of Filipinos. That's what as what Pam said, show up. And that's what the Filipinos did. Like we got shocked na we looked at the stands. It was all Filipino, like half of it. And I'm just like, where did these all come from?
Home team na pala
Yeah,
bigla.
it became like a home game to us. So like, everyone was so happy about it because, the support that they get from people.
Especially
Yeah.
outside the country, it's very rare to be able to have the time to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So parang people going out just to support them, biggest blessing and biggest feeling because you won something and you felt like you were in your home country. Yeah, just like in the World Cup, their first win felt
Yes.
like they were at home because of the amount of Filipinos that there were. So parang they always show up,
Yeah.
like how we always show up for the country no matter what.
Too many Filipinos running around the planet.
Yep.
Sabi nga. Diba? Yeah, I forgot to ask pala earlier. Of course, we talk about the national team. How about you as a sports fan? Like, what are you which team are you a fan of? Which players are you a big fan?
Oh,
Parang naalala ko nung nag-live tayo rito, parang tatlo kayo magkakaiba rin answers.
yes. And it's still gonna be different. Maybe for men's, people are gonna hate me, but my family is a big Manchester United fan
Okay.
and Real Madrid fan ever since.
Both
Yeah.
teams.
So like it's been
Sa bagay,
stuck with
magkaibang
us.
liga nga.
Yeah,
Magkaibang liga nga.
two different leagues.
Oo.
And then maybe for the women, if a player, the women's Alex Morgan was my number one ever since. And then for the men's, David Beckham. Two different people that, I look up to and they made me, parang sort of stay to play until, 2024.
Tagal nga rin.
Yeah.
Stayed to play, but right now, do you still have
No.
time to play?
No more.
No more. But of course, given the chance, you would.
Yeah, I would still, parang now lang kasi naging busy because everything's happening left and right with work. So parang I have no time to play. And then when you play, you wanna watch football. So
Yes.
parang,
Sabay kasi yun eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Sabay yung time slot
you
na
don't
yun.
you don't know where to put yourself because everything's like happening all at the same time. So I still chose to be in football but a different route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be around.
Yes.
Sige. My next question for you, because you're still staying around football, given the experiences from the international stints in that sense, is there anything that you would want to bring or to parang implement here or copy a best practice, a very good practice in also running football here? Or organization? Anong tutunan mo na, ginagawa pala nila ng ganun yun, maybe we can do it here as well?
Actually, we run things similarly.
Talaga?
Because, there's like workshops that happen every year, so people join those. And then you have to you of course want to implement what others are doing.
Yeah.
And then I think for the media side, it's like, people just showing up to, just even watching, supporting, or even fans supporting, even friends or family members just going there to support your daughter, your son. Those are little things that actually help you as a player, help a league. Because if they see that there are more people coming, the more other people will be interested as well.
Did you have any formal trainings in taking on these roles, or uh, based on your probably what you studied in university or college? Ano yung mga naging transferable skills? Because I understand you're a marketer. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, for me, it was my experience during my internships.
Okay.
And
Not even the classes.
Yeah,
not even
not the classes, yes,
Yeah.
but like whatever you get inside the four walls of your classroom, you bring to your internships, and then also the people that you cross paths with, they're the ones who are gonna help you gain your experience. So for me, it was really my internships that helped a lot because in my school I took 3 actually.
Ang dami.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're required 2, but I took 3.
Okay.
Parang
Which is
that's
easily 600 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's more, it like, yeah, I think around, no, I think around 900 is what I
900
did.
hours,
Because
okay.
like each internship is 300.
So that's roughly around 10 weeks, no? Na normal
Or
day.
sometimes even longer.
Even
Yeah.
longer.
Because my last one, it became like, they took me in after that. So,
Naging day job mo
yeah,
na siya.
naging job ko na after. But like the first one, I did in a hotel. And then it was far away from here. So far away from the family.
Marketing for hotel, hospitality.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I got shocked that they put me in front office, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know anything about this. So I learned on the spot, and then I learned also from my colleagues there,
That's a
my
lot of-
higher ups.
That's
So
a lot of people relationships, di ba?
yeah, so I think that's one thing that I'm grateful for is because of those internships, because they're not necessarily marketing, but I learned a lot because they're either in the hotel industry or the F&B, food and beverage. So I learned a lot. And
Crazy
they're,
din yan.
yeah, and they're all like, you have to converse. So I learned a lot there. So I brought it also with me through football.
So it didn't go to waste.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Wild naman no. I'm always curious kasi with different people kasi syempre when you bring yourself to the next job or to your next role, it's always going to be a collection of all your experiences, even if it's not your role. You try to, let's say, be more organized, di ba? You do more relating with people, building relationships with people. Aside from the laundry, of course, dun sa yung mga logistics na laundries. Medyo related from earlier. Is there anything tingnan natin kung ano sagot mo dito. Is there anything or any aspect of the sports industry that probably you want to change? At this, medyo Miss Universe question.
Oo nga
siya. Medyo Miss Universe.
How are we gonna answer
Aside
that?
from compensation. Kasi given naman na yun na parang medyo challenging talaga to be in this space as well.
Maybe for me is to lessen or even to stop the negativity, because that actually affects the players, and it also affects the teams. That's one thing I think that others are yet to learn or yet to understand, because once those people see it, it affects their game. It affects their mentality when they're playing or even when they're training. So that it becomes a domino effect. So write sources.
Yes.
And write, even if you can talk to the player, go ahead. But like for me, it's to lessen or stop that, because it affects everything.
I think as Filipinos, we're not just ready to be part of social media. Parang hindi lang talaga, parang we have the blessing of social media, but unfortunately it's going against us.
Yeah.
Especially for our sports teams na dalawa, very black and white kasi yan, di ba? Either they win or they don't. Kaya talagang marami talagang sinasabi, no? With that, let's make it into a creative exercise. similar to, Alex Ayala, medyo big talaga siya at this point with tennis and all. And the Filipinos actually don't know how tennis etiquette works. Di ba? Parang, I think someone put out a piece of content already on how to become
Yeah,
a proper...
I saw that
yeah,
one.
I think, hindi ko lang maalala kung sino particularly, but props to those. If you're going to run a campaign or a piece of content to tell people that it's not easy, but stop, shush, shut up. Try to think about like what would be that piece of content for you.
For me, showing how the
Parang,
players are or how the team is behind the scenes.
Kaysa,
When
kaysa
they're-
answering directly.
Yeah, like if you can, because like sometimes people don't see what happens behind the scenes, and that's where you see them crying, bawling their eyes
Okay.
out when something happens or when they see or when it's not in their favor. Those things that you'll get compassion and you'll start to understand that it's hard. It's not easy, even being a player, being staff member. Everything's not hard and nothing comes easy because everyone works hard. Everyone does their part
Tsaka may
and their role.
sacrifice talaga
Yeah,
sa
and their
time.
sacrifice.
Oo nga. Although, I may or may not include this, pero there's also part of controlling the narrative kasi.
Yes.
That's why you cannot just post
Yeah.
videos like that. Posible kaya na magpakita ng ganun to gain empathy or hindi ko alam kung
Not-
sympathy.
Maybe just for me, it's just what I mentioned. I think just showing the behind the scenes because sometimes you're allowed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so just sharing or even down to sharing stories of how one person was able to I've come from this and going up to where they are now. Just showing those stories, so people will understand where everyone's coming from. And
Laki.
just not like, assuming. It's better like,
Ito talaga nangyari.
yeah, this is what happened. And then even down to the sacrifice, it's nice that, telling stories. That's why social media is there to tell stories. To tell stories of this person, tell stories of a team, sharing stories of what happened.
Very tricky talaga ng
Yeah.
ng
But that's what
role
you said.
natin.
It's very tricky. But you'll always find that way in that path of where you can share that story that's gonna impact people.
Tawan-tawa kasi ako, anong tawag dito, Filipinos are, well, how it's good that they're very passionate.
Yes.
Pero, parang, ayan, di nanalo kasi nagti-TikTok. Di ba? Anong thoughts mo dun? The TikToks naman are
Yeah.
lighthearted, of course, but parang what would you tell?
Me, it's just them entertaining themselves because like
It's difficult.
yeah, what they do is hard, and I've seen it. So like that's their now it's that right since it's the age of social media, that's how they cope.
As well.
Yeah, because they're already practicing sacrificing so much also, and doing that, parang
And doing something for
makes
yourself
them,
as
it
well.
makes them happy. It takes off the stress or how they felt that day. They start doing TikToks. It's really funny because like left and right, you'll see like people doing TikToks
Yeah.
during like after training. It's really funny.
Just to decompress.
Yeah.
So, you would say, or we could say that it's their end of day.
Yeah.
And then, aside from doom scrolling sometimes, yun talaga yung way na to cope also.
Yeah, like me, how I cope. I scroll, so that's how they cope.
Yeah.
They make their content or they do their TikToks.
Not to hide that training was difficult, but
Yeah.
unless gusto nila i-reveal
Or-
yung game plan for the for the game.
First, minsan, gusto lang nila magpasaya. Pasaya ng other people.
Mm,
So,
okay.
I know a lot of people do that. They create those to spark joy to other people.
Coming from a well-meaning place naman pala sila,
Yes.
diba? It's not just for them, but even thinking, slightly, medyo hard sell, but even thinking about people outside, we're okay, we're ready to compete, but we
Yes.
also have to decompress and do these fun things also for ourselves. So, sige. Moving forward, like, is there any, of course, aside from this AD cards, is there any other AD card that you are looking forward to having a memory?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Whatever comes,
Okay.
I will take. Whatever opportunity there is that comes my way, I'll take it. Because it's experience for me and it's extra knowledge for me, so why not?
But because you will take it as a work din. Depende na lang sa context no, kung ano yung
Yeah.
pupuntahan.
Me, I will take it for any purpose,
Yeah.
any reason. For me, I just like helping.
Doon ka nanggagaling.
Yeah.
Doon ang starting point. I like that. It's a very different answer from everyone else. Kasi syempre for us, there's always a dream. But because you've also seen the behind the scenes, parang wherever they are, you'll probably be there, no? Just in case if they need help or anything like that. Diba? Aside from, I think you mentioned earlier a pro tip already. But if you're gonna give advice on people on trying to get or how to get into this industry, maybe aside from the media, kasi medyo na-highlight na natin yung organizing thing. Parang, anong pro tip mo for them to be a good manager?
Not just as manager, siguro mga coordinator, whatever, because like aligned naman silang lahat. My tip would be is to support, give your full support, do your hard work, really does go a long way. And then another one is, learning, because
Continuous learning.
you'll never stop learning. And lastly, I think is be open. Be open to criticism, be open to feedback, be open to asking questions. Because if you stay silent or if you don't grasp what their feedback is, you're gonna have a hard time. You won't last long in those kinds of positions, because you have to make drastic decisions, or sometimes you have to be on your toes, because you'll never know what's gonna be pushed at you.
Not because people want to challenge you, but rather, wala, yun lang talaga yung situation.
Yes. And it's all, I think any sport, it's like that. So you have to have those qualities, because if not, everyone's just gonna be like bumping heads, which is what we don't want.
Do you like I just realized this. Do you like to be on the organizing side of a tournament more, or do you want to be on the managing side of a team more?
Actually, for me, I have no idea.
Come what may.
Yeah, whatever comes, I would take, because
Because football is life.
yeah, no, literally,
Literally.
it has been, because ever since I was born, it's been like football ever since. So that's all I know.
That's all you know, of course, but that's where you're really good at
Yes.
this point as well. No? So thank you, Kitkat, for sharing your time and experiences on Access, and we'll see you in the pitch.
Yes,
Thank
thank you.
Access is presented by Upstream Sports TV. Make sure to access Access wherever you get your podcasts from. Thank you for listening to this episode. Leave us a question in the comments if you have any, and we'll try to answer them in the next episodes, or highlight your key learnings from our conversations. Catch you again on the next episode of Access.